Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're tuning in, it means you absolutely adore your dog. We all do, right? We just want to give them the absolute best life possible. You know, the comfy beds, those safe suburban backyards to run around in, and just endless amounts of affection. But, well, here's a really tough truth we need to face today. What if I told you that some of your most innocent, everyday habits, things you are probably doing without a second thought in your home right now, are secretly breaking your dog's trust? Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. But recognizing these behaviors, that is step one to becoming the absolute best guardian your dog truly deserves. So are you breaking their trust? I know, it's a super heavy question. Today we're exposing 5 incredibly common mistakes that actually hurt your dog's feelings and literally fracture your bond, all based on the fascinating science of canine psychology. We're going to break down exactly how dogs perceive our actions so much differently than we intend them to. And hey, definitely stick around, because number 4 on this list, it's a habit we pretty much all do, and it is absolutely going to surprise you. All right, let's just dive right into it. Mistake number 1. Unknowingly breaking their trust through the memory disconnect. Picture this. You walk into your living room after a really long day, and boom, there's your favorite shoe just completely chewed to pieces. At 0 minutes, right when it happened, your dog did the chewing. And when you find it, it feels so natural to just yell, point a finger, and scold them, right? You want them to know they messed up. But if you walk in even 5 minutes later and start yelling, that window for connection, it's firmly closed. Since dogs have a really short associative memory, they absolutely do not connect your punishment back to that chewed up shoe. No way. So what is your dog actually experiencing in that moment? Well, because they lack that long associative memory, they aren't seeing a logical punishment for a past crime. Instead, your dog just sees their safe, totally stable owner suddenly become terrifying and unpredictable. In their mind, you literally just walked through the front door and exploded with anger out of nowhere. To a dog whose entire sense of security relies completely on your stability, this kind of repeated unpredictability just shatters their sense of safety. It completely destroys their trust in you, because they never know when you might just lash out for what seems, at least to them, like absolutely zero reason. Moving right along to number 2, teasing and shifting rules. Okay, we see this on social media literally all the time, right? People pretending to throw a tennis ball and hiding it behind their back. Or maybe dangling a super high-value treat right in front of a golden retriever's nose and snatching it away at the last second just to get a laugh for the camera. But listen, to your dog, this is not a game. It actually makes you a resource hoarder. So instead of being this reliable provider of joy and sustenance, you become an entity that unfairly controls and withholds valuable items. And that creates intense anxiety in your dog. They stop viewing you as a safe, dependable leader, and honestly, they start viewing you as a massive source of stress. And that brings us perfectly to number 3, inconsistent rules and the stress of shifting boundaries. Man, this is a trap so many of us fall into. Let's say it's Monday. You've had a really tough day, your dog looks up at you with those big, sad eyes, and you just feel bad. So you let them up to snuggle on the pristine living room couch. But then Tuesday rolls around, maybe you have guests coming over, you're stressed, and you yell at them for jumping on that exact same couch. Here's the thing. Dogs naturally thrive on structure and strict routine. So when the rules are just constantly changing depending on your shifting mood, your dog ends up living in a perpetual state of stress. They never truly know what's expected of them. If the boundaries are always moving around, they literally can never just relax. Okay, now we've arrived at the highly anticipated number 4, forcing fearful situations and ignoring their boundaries. So picture a typical super buzzy suburban dog park. Your dog is getting overwhelmed and they're actively hiding behind your legs as this much larger, overly enthusiastic dog approaches. Our human instinct is almost always to push them forward, right? Just to say hello and make friends. But forcing socialization when your dog is actively displaying fearful body language, that doesn't make them braver. Actually, it does the exact opposite. It teaches them that when they are genuinely terrified, you won't protect them. You absolutely must advocate for their personal space. If they need to retreat, let them retreat. Being their protector is the absolute foundation of canine trust. Finally, we reach number 5, the disappearing act, or as they see it, the ultimate betrayal. Think about this. To avoid a sad goodbye, how many times have you waited until your dog is deeply distracted by a bone, just so you could silently slip out the front door? Imagine turning around and realizing your absolute best friend simply vanished into thin air. Seriously, put yourself in their paws for a second. They are playing happily. They turn around to share that joy with you, and you're just gone. No warning at all. This sudden, inexplicable disappearance doesn't prevent sadness. It actually creates severe separation anxiety. They learn that you could just vanish at any second without warning, which makes them hyper-vigilant and frankly terrified to ever take their eyes off you. The good news? Fixing this and establishing predictable comfort is actually incredibly simple. Step 1, right before you leave, give them a calm, confident verbal cue. Something simple like, "I will be back." Step 2, just walk out the door normally. Don't make a huge fuss, but definitely don't sneak away either. By doing this consistently, you teach them that leaving is just a normal, predictable event. And most importantly, you teach them that you always return. And that brings us to our final section, rebuilding unbreakable trust, because you are their whole world. Your dog's entire world literally revolves around you. You're their provider, their protector, and their absolute best friend. By simply avoiding these 5 everyday mistakes, understanding their memory limits, putting an end to the teasing, holding consistent rules, advocating for their fears, and saying proper goodbyes, you will build a bond of absolute unbreakable trust. So, looking back at these 5 points, be totally honest with yourself. Have you ever accidentally done any of these? Hey, we are all learning here, and we're all just trying to be better for our pets. So please tell us about your experiences in the comments below. And if you want to keep deepening that incredible bond you share with your dog, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more pet psychology secrets next time. But before you go, I want you to think about this. If your dog could speak to you right now, in this very moment, what is the one rule they would ask you to clarify for them? See you next time.